On a budget? Follow these tips to stop going broke every Christmas. Number 1, change gift giving to only the adults 18 and over. We did this quite a number of years ago now. So we still give gifts to the kids. Of course, it's all about the kids at Christmas time, and doesn't it just make your heart burst when you watch them open their presents? It's the best thing ever. But when it comes to the adults, it really isn't necessary. I know we all love to give presents and we love to receive presents, but unfortunately, it's not in all of our budgets to make that work. We really have found that it has had a big positive effect on all of the different members of the families and the money that they aren't required to spend every year, and the pressure that that takes off each family is huge. This brings me to number 2. If the adults or the loved ones that you see at Christmas time really don't want to give up the gift giving, then introduce Secret Santa, but keep it simple. There are simple versions. It doesn't have to be difficult where you pull a particular person's name out of the hat or electronically, however people are doing that, and then you get a person and you have to buy it specifically for them, because sometimes if you don't know that person very well, that can actually make it worse. So what we introduced was a Secret Santa that was based around a budget. So it might be $20, it might be $50, it might be $100. Base that around what can be afforded amongst your loved ones. But what we did was each adult just brought a present within that budget amount. They didn't have to buy for a particular person. Just keep the present generic and keep it obviously something that someone would want to receive, because at the end of the day, then you're still giving and receiving a gift, but it takes away that pressure, not only of having a particular person that you might not know how to buy a present for that person, but also within a budget that works for your loved ones. We also introduced something that was quite fun, and this is just something extra with our Secret Santa. I don't even know what it's actually called, because it was my sister or my daughter who would organize it on Christmas Day each time, but it was something where you got to open the gift and then the next person would open their gift, but you could steal a gift as it went along if you liked that gift. Of course, there were rules and it was so much fun. Honestly, we couldn't stop laughing. It was amazing. Some people were trying to hide their gifts, other people were stealing gifts. It was amazing. So look that one up. It was fun. Number 3, split the food up for Christmas Day amongst everyone who's coming to Christmas. Get the host to make a list of all of the foods that you would generally have on Christmas Day. Could include ham, could be baked dinner goods, it could be prawns, oysters, whatever that is. Of course, desserts. We don't want to forget desserts. But by the host making a list and then messaging out to everyone who is attending for that meal, and they can share it out. We introduced this quite some time ago now in my family, and it has been the biggest reduction of stress on whoever is hosting that year. It is amazing. So not only does it help with your budget, because generally each family or each family member might only be bringing one dish or two dishes, but it also reduces the excess in your budget when you're going grocery shopping and what you have to buy, especially if you're that person who is hosting. A little tidbit when I was hosting is I would actually reach out to whoever's coming for that meal and say to them, is there something that you really like to bring or that you like to make for Christmas? And I would ask them for suggestions first, because some people have specific things that they really like to make for Christmas. So that helped. And then I would fill the gaps from the people who weren't really bothered by what they brought. And that made it really great for those who love to cook in the kitchen and wanted to bring specific items. Number 4, do you need new decorations? Do you need a new tree? Maybe you've just moved out and you haven't got any decorations at all. Well, what I would recommend is to wait. Christmas really is only another month away. And Boxing Day sales are the best way to save on your budget. If you went out now and bought decorations, bought a new Christmas tree, we all know what the prices are like. They're premium. If you wait and get in on Boxing Day, you will save a huge amount of pennies. I know that might be a little bit difficult if you have just moved out and you don't have any decorations. Maybe you can borrow from someone. But if you are on a serious budget, but you need those items, I really would recommend holding off and waiting for those Boxing Day sales. But make sure you get in early because all of the Christmas goods go really quickly because of how cheap they are. But I would recommend getting in quick because on Boxing Day morning, all of the Christmas goods go so quickly because they are at such a bargain price. Number 5, be honest. You will find that most people are in the exact same situation with their budget as you are. Talk to your friends. If you are catching up, talk to them and explain your situation. Agree to not exchange gifts this year. You may even decide that from this year going forward that you won't exchange gifts and that seeing each other is gift itself enough. And to be honest, with my friends, that's what we say. Seeing each other, seeing me is gift enough. I know it sounds a little bit over the top, but there is nothing better than catching up with loved ones or your friends. You don't need to exchange a gift to show them how much you love them at Christmas time. Also, speak to family. Explain the pressure that is on you this year. Talk to them about it. I think you really will be surprised at how many other people say that they are in the same position. And I think they will be relieved to hear someone else bringing it up. It was the situation that I was in quite some number of years ago when I brought up about not exchanging gifts with the adults. And it took a few years for it to, become part of the tradition. But once it did, it has taken a lot of pressure off a lot of families. Well, I hope that helps you with your budget this year for Christmas. And if you find that you need to get into the Christmas spirit and you're struggling, please check out my video up here and hopefully you can get in the Christmas spirit and have some real fun this Christmas. Wishing you all the best.